For the first part, we have to find the frequency. So we know that frequency is velocity divided by wavelength. So we find the wavelength by dividing the length of the string, which is 0.84 meters, by how many wavelengths are in the string, which is 3.5. And we get 0.24 meters. Then we divide the velocity, which is 50 meters per second, divided by that 0.24 meters, and we get the frequency to be 208 hertz.
Okay, so part B is asking us to sketch the graph at different locations, A, B, and C. So for the length of each graph will remain the same for everyone, which will be 0.84. Then the period, it's just the inverse of frequency. So it's 1 over 208 hertz, and that gives us 0.0048 seconds. And that will be the same time for all of the graphs. And then for part B, for A, it will start at 0.06 seconds from the original graph. Part B will start at 0.12 seconds from the original, and part C will start at 0.32 seconds.
Alright, so for the second part of this question, it's moving from the wave's moving from a colder medium to a hotter medium, and it's asking it whether the frequency and the wavelength stays the same, is larger or smaller. The frequency will always stay the same as it's crossing between mediums, so the frequency is the same in this question. And the wavelength, in the colder medium, the particles are more compact and condensed because it is colder, and as it moves into the warmer medium, the particles are less compact, and so the waves also become less compact and therefore grow larger. Wavelengths become larger.
For part C, it says you hear the siren of a fire truck in the distance, and it asks us to explain how we can determine whether the truck is moving towards us, moving away from us, or not moving at all in respect to us. We said that this is impossible because we don't know the siren's pitch when it's not moving. So if we were standing and we heard a siren from the fire truck coming, we would be hearing one frequency, and if we don't know the original frequency of the fire truck, we wouldn't know if the one that we were hearing was higher than that of the original or lower than that of the original or the same. So in that case, we couldn't decide whether or not the fire truck was moving towards us, away from us, or staying in the same spot.